Hey all, here are OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the SOUNDPEATS TruePods. These are true wireless earbuds with Bluetooth 5.0 that sell for just $40 and under, so it's a very affordable and competes with other budget models like Xiaomi's Redmi AirDots. Now, SOUNDPEATS is one of the first batch of manufacturers to really push true wireless earbuds, beginning with just Bluetooth 4.0 almost 2 years ago now. And they're based out of Shenzhen, and they're a close rival, I think, to QCY. So compared to many of the other low-cost brands, they have had more experience just by having more iterations to go through and to evolve and hopefully polish off the experience. Just a few months back, we reviewed one of SOUNDPEATS' other earbuds. These were called the True Force, and they had a really large battery case and were a bit more expensive, with the endurance of the battery case being its main selling point. Now, the True Pods are going to be more about having a lightweight form factor that is more meant for commuting. Very simple presentation. Now, the battery life of the TruePods will last for 20 hours with the battery case. It lasts for around 5 hours on a single charge, so you get around 4 charges using the case. Other accessories include the user manual, which is actually very well documented in various languages. We get some spare silicone tips to get a custom fit, and also a USB Type-C cable for charging the battery case. A closer look at the design of the case. It is made out of a polycarbonate plastic, and it's fairly lightweight, but it doesn't feel too flimsy. We just have the branding on the back here. The case has a 600 milliamp hour capacity, and then it uses a modern USB Type-C port for charging. Now, this battery case does not have Qi receiver built on in, so you can't just pop it onto a wireless charging pad to top it off. It won't work, unlike the Apple AirPods and some of the other pairs we've been seeing lately, which is slightly disappointing because I think some of the rivals are starting to bring that feature for the same price. So in that sense, SOUNDPEATS is no longer going for the best value. They're actually starting to try and push themselves more towards a premium brand and premium tier, even though it's still quite affordable, if that makes sense. So anyways, here it is as a size comparison against the Away T10C, which are very similar, also having a design of the earbuds being like this, really similar to the Apple AirPods. They have a stem pointing outwards as opposed to, say, in-ear style earbuds, which are kind of like this. Taking a closer look at the design of the earbuds, they are made entirely out of a glossy polycarbonate plastic, but it does look fairly sleek and stylish. The stem is also touch sensitive, just like the Apple AirPods, which allows them to be used for playing and pausing your music, skipping tracks along other commands. This one is fully in-ear. As you can see, there has an ergonomic tilt, and more importantly, there is a rubber seal even on the external rim of the earbuds, which adds a lot of resistance and actually makes these one of the most snug-fitting true wireless earbuds I've tried in a long time. The added rubber accents really do help, and I felt like these were extremely secure. Otherwise, the earbuds themselves automatically pair with each other and turn on when you remove them from the case, but they don't actually turn on until you remove them. So you can pop them back in, and that's when they will turn off again and begin charging. You can see there's a very small LED indicator light that will tell you that status, and if you close the door, you can still kind of see the lights underneath. Moving into audio quality and performance, all I can say is experience shows. Even though I previously said that some of the other pairs might be better value just because of giving you more features, sometimes when you remove them from the battery case, they're not always paired with each other. So slight consistency issues, not a huge deal breaker, but that's something that you'll never find on the TruePods during my extensive testing over the past week. 100% of the time, they would almost instantly pair with each other upon removing them and be just ready to connect with your device. So it's super stable, being completely reliable, popping them out, taking them back in, always working. I would say that these are very close to even more expensive Bluetooth earbuds that sell for many times the price. So props to SOUNDPEATS there. Otherwise, the actual sound quality itself is also very good. We got a hefty amount of bass, so especially for pop music or EDM type music, you really appreciate it and brings the music to life. Otherwise, mids and highs are also not really overshadowed. They're still relatively clean. Even if you listen really closely, there's not really too many hints of distortion or static, so they sound almost silent apart from the music itself, which is awesome. And using Bluetooth 5.0, they have very low latency. Although they might not be audiophile grade, I would say it gets very close, and certainly playing back hi-fi tracks sounds excellent, especially consumer type music, pop music. It's just very lively. The controls are also very sensitive and easy to use for playing and pausing the tracks in my testing, although things like changing the volume were a little bit harder to achieve, and I still needed to use my phone just because it doesn't seem to have support for the long hold to change the volume up and down just yet. So that's more or less it as far as our hands-on review of the SOUNDPEATS TruePods. Again, these are advertised more for kind of an urban lifestyle, commuter-style earbuds which are light and allow you to top them off at home when you need it. And they also work very well for sports just because they are super snug. In addition, they have that biological diaphragm, which do have slightly enhanced bass and clarity as well. Again, very low latency and overall very stable and reliable performance. So you can check out more details if interested in the links down below, but for now that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the SOUNDPEATS TruePods True Wireless Earbuds.